Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Echoes and Insight. This is episode 2 in a completely different setting than it was to the first one. We've thrown a fucking 2 camera production together in a hotel room in Glasgow, and I'm joined with Judd.
Hello.
How you
Hello.
doing, man?
I'm good, brother. How are you?
Yeah, man, it's been running around Glasgow for however many hours trying to get this set up.
I know.
Um,
Thank you for having me, man.
Yeah,
I'm
we've been
happy to
talking
be
about
here.
this for
A
about a
long
year.
time.
Yeah,
A long
a
time.
long time. I'm
Yeah.
really happy now everything's
I know.
rolling
I
and
know.
we're
I
going.
know.
Yeah.
I'm glad to have come.
For
glad
those
to
of you who
have come,
don't
man.
know, Jude is am I allowed to say rapper? I would say musician, rapper.
I'd say artist because it's more like I do more. Well, I want to do more than rap. I'm trying to learn how to sing.
Mm.
You know what I mean? And then I want to do more than just music. You know
Mm.
what I mean? So.
Well, he's an artist. There's a lot of music out on SoundCloud. There's a few. Is there any on Spotify?
There's a few on Spotify.
Under
Yeah,
J
yeah,
Man's, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
everything will be
That's the one.
linked
That's the one.
in the description below, obviously, if you go and listen to. But there's a reason that we've been talking about this for a year
100%.
because I want to sit down and actually talk to you from the beginning and to the end. I want you to tell me why you started doing music,
Yeah.
and where you want to go with it. And you touched on that briefly with the fact you want to progress into singing. You talked to me when the cameras were off earlier about acting, etc., etc.
Yeah.
So I think a great place to start would be at the beginning. Can you tell me why you started music? What went from, oh, I like rapping for a joke to I want to track some songs and record some songs and put it out there as an artist, as you say.
Well, it was a joke. I grew up on rap. First songs I remember was Many Men by 50 Cent because my dad just used to play it all the time. You know what I mean? So, and then Beautiful Girls by Sean Kingston. And if you, if you listen to my shit, then you'll understand like where the inspiration comes from because like I want to rap like 50, but I sing like Sean Kingston, sing about a lot of women.
Yeah.
However, I do it in like a way 50 Cent does, and like that's stuck with me for a long time. It was never a joke. I just never know what to do with it. You know what I mean? And then it just got to a point in my life where I was just like, I don't know where to go. I don't know what to do. I was stuck, and I just thought my dad always used to tell me, if you got problems, write them away, put them on the fire, and then that's it. They're burnt away. You know what I mean? But I just thought, fuck it. I will just start writing. Started writing. Wrote this one song called Heroes, and it was just literally about like similes about Marvel characters and like metaphors about Marvel characters, and like DC characters. And then I thought that's all right, that. And I just continued, and I was just hooked on it. Now it's just like my drug. I can't stop.
Mm.
I can't
I
stop.
think that's admirable as well for an artist of such a small caliber. You hear people like Drake and all the rest of it talk about oh, music's my drug, and it's really easy to say that when you're in such a position. That's why I wanted to talk to you, because everything that I have seen you do, whether it be musical or like on social media or whatever, it's all authentic. I know,
Yeah,
knowing you as a person from when I hung out with you when I lived down south,
100%. Yeah,
I look at what you do as a performer and I say, well, it's no different to who you are. And I think
yeah,
that's a really important aspect of the genre of music I think that you're in as well, because there's a lot of people who want to pretend to be something that they aren't, and you aren't doing that.
100%, 100%. See, the thing is with music, yeah, you can be creative with it. You can be like, you're an artist, be creative. Don't get me wrong, but you gotta be real to yourself. Because once you're real to yourself, you're real to other people. You know what I mean? Like people can relate to you more when you are real to yourself because they've gone through them same experiences. You know what I mean? And that's what I try to do. I don't rap about drugs or anything like that because that's not me. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. Brought up around that life through my dad because that's what he used to do. But we've never had no part in it, so there's nothing for me to sit, talk, and fantasize about. 'Cause I've
It's
got
not
nothing.
something to glorify either.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. Especially like I say, like don't get me wrong, I come from that background, but I don't do it.
Well, I think there's an
You know what I
aspect
mean?
of everybody that does. I mean, I grew up in a rough area of Scotland, and then obviously moved to the same town that you did in Gainsborough. You see it. It's not something that's irregular, but it's, I think, glorification of stuff like that in music especially doesn't have a place. Definitely not.
No, no. Especially when it's like murder, especially like because what you killing for?
Mm.
A lot of the time it's pointless in my opinion. Like to them they have their reasons, but to me it's like at the end of the day we're all here for one life. You just gotta like
Certainly
just
not
work
something
together.
to certainly not something to sing about is violence. I don't.
100%,
I've
100%.
never. That's kind of what I think. In a way, there's a way to do it. There's like obviously 50 Cent wrote that song you say about like getting shot, whatever. Like
That's him telling the story.
exactly. It's not him glorifying the fact that he got shot.
No.
Some would argue that it is, but if you actually read into the character of who wrote that song, then you understand, and that's exactly why I wanted to talk to you, because it's easy for you to listen to your music, but there's an artist behind every song.
100%, 100%. And I don't realize it, to be fair, till after, like, because I rap about girls a lot.
Mm.
Yeah. And I know how that could come off to a lot of women, but like, I'm very, like, what do you call it? Like, I'm very,
Authentic is the word I would choose.
no, like, what's the word? Like, I like to keep to myself a lot.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong, I talk about shagging and but like, I don't do it.
Mm.
I don't do it.
I think
Like,
there's an
I'm
element.
being
There's an
honest,
element of.
I don't do it.
There's an element of every rap song. I think that there's an element of that sprinkled in there.
100%. But like at the same time, I do chat to a lot of women. That's where I get these ideas from.
There you go.
You know what I mean? That's where I get the inspiration from. But I don't go around shagging because I like to protect my energy.
Yeah.
Like sex is like become so normalized these days. You think it's normal just to go out. It's not.
Mm.
It's a very, very, very powerful tool.
Mm.
Like we are all gods in our own right, because what is the like godly power to create life? Sex is creating life. You know what I mean? That's like it's a very, very powerful thing.
10 minutes into a music podcast, and we're talking about how powerful you will is. Episode
Yeah.
2, by the way. I just want
Yeah,
to point out episode 2.
But no,
No, I know what you're saying. I 100% know what you're saying, and it all comes into what you say about writing things that you experience. If that's what you do, the same way if you were a binman and you wrote songs about taking the bins out, it's the same thing. That's exactly why I wanted to speak to you. Like I've said, what you do to me is very authentic, and you do it because you want to do it, not because you want to get famous and whatever.
100%, 100%. Like I say, the stories, don't get me wrong, a lot of them are true, but a lot of them are also like
But you glorify them.
exaggerated. You know what I mean? But again, they've come from true stories. They did not come from nowhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's with a lot of things like video games, music, movies. They've all originated from some element of truth. You know what I mean? And people need to actually understand that as well. Like, I don't just rap about like something that's got nothing to do with me. I've not just got this idea out of nowhere. I do it because I've either been inspired by whatever, or I've been through something where I feel like I need to write about, and I need to put my feelings onto a page.
It's a powerful tool as an artist to be able to say, I'm writing this down because I've had a bad day, or I've had a bad day at work, or whatever. And you being able to look at that and turn that into a song. That's a skill in itself.
100%.
That takes a lot of doing. I know that from stuff that I've written, whether it be music or whatever. It takes a special kind of person to write something like that and
100%.
turn it into something creative.
And not only that, no, people can't even put it into words sometimes, how they feel. Never mind put it into a song with a hook, with a bridge. Excuse me. You know what I mean? And then actually like think, oh yeah, that's all right. Then put it to a beat, and then actually put it down in the like studio. No, like that's hard.
Well, what I'm gonna,
it's hard.
It's a great segue actually to what I was gonna ask you next. What was the first song? And talk me through the recording process. Obviously, you mentioned down the stairs about using headphones. What was the first song that you recorded that, maybe not the first song you'd ever written or ever recorded, but the first song that you went, all right, okay, I can do this, I think. The first song that you listened to and you enjoyed as your own piece of work?
Ghost.
What I'm going to do is...
That's touchy, that one.
I was gonna put a little bit, put a snippet in it, post, but if it's a touchy one, then we can leave it. But
no, that's fine.
We'll play a little bit of it. We'll play a little bit of it
now. No. When I split with me, I weren't in the greatest of ways. I weren't in the greatest ways, I won't lie. And I did take it tough. I should have handled it better. But I was just a kid at the time. You know what I mean? I didn't know fuck it, left from right. Everything was happening at once. And then I was just remember one night I was just writing this tune. And it was never meant to be like targeted.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was just how I felt at the time. You know what I mean? It was one of them. And then it come out, and even I was just like,
wow. You read it back and you're like,
I was like, wow.
Yeah, I've written a few of them, to be fair.
But the thing is, always like I don't like to change my lyrics because then I feel like I'm being unauthentic
Mm.
on how I felt at that time when I wrote it. Do I like feel like um regret? No, because that's how I felt at the time.
Mm.
I can't be like, oh yeah, I'm sorry because I felt angry at that time for da 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 da. You know what I mean?
Mm.
And I put that on my page, and that's how it came out. But like, you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So talk me through the recording process.
Recording process. Wow. I don't think I can say this on camera, because yeah. Wow, we was out.
Well, we can bleep out anything that needs to be bleeped out.
I was fucking off my fucking rocker. I was off my fucking rocker when I first did it. And fucking come back from Legends Center. And fucking. And a fucking A.
Oh Christ.
And, and I was just stood there, I was like, that proper fucking. Yeah, fucked up. And I whispered it because I didn't want to be loud.
So what? So it's for obviously I know, but what did you use to record
Oh,
the vocals?
It was just microphone from broken set of earphones on a Samsung S21, I think. And
Top tier studio equipment.
Yeah, and the screen was smashed. Shout out BandLab, by the way. Shout out BandLab. But no, fucking, I whispered it into the mic at first, and then I prayed to God. I was like, God, just please. It was full moon as well. I was like, please, just give me a tune where like I can either decide to continue with it, and then that turned out to be the tune because I did it like a day or two after. My mate Ned, he came round. Shout out Ned, and we did 7 in one night. I did Celavi, Get Back, Ghost, and Mimi Keen.
Get Up, Get Back was the
Get
first one I heard. That was the first one that I heard after like that day. The last time I heard you rap was me sitting in the back of like Jason's car.
Yeah.
With like four boys in the back of this micro, and all like me and you were rapping at the time. But that was the first one that that I heard that was like a proper tune.
Proper
do you know what I mean?
tune.
That's the one that
like
that sounded to me that was like, oh, this he's doing it now. Do you know what I mean?
At first, I didn't even think. I thought, yeah, that's a tune, but Ghost was my tune because like I spent a lot of like time building up to it because I did a lot of promo on that. I did some good promo on Ghost, and that's when I realized like I could actually do something with it because I didn't know what to do, and I thought like Ghost, like what a ghost disappear. You know what I mean? So I tried playing on that a little bit, and then I just got like loads of old pictures, put them in black and white, and you know, like CIA shit, where they put the black bar over, just put that on, and just put the tune over it, and fucking loads of people were interested. And obviously because of the context on the tune as well, that got a lot more people interested.
I think that's why you hold it in such a high esteem.
Maybe.
I think that's something you said to me when you first came to Glasgow. That this will be something to look back on. I think even in a few months' time, you'll look back at. Well, you've just explained to me why you wrote that, but I think that's why you would have a connection with a certain song like that. That's one of the questions I've been wanting to ask you for a year and haven't asked you because I wanted to ask it in front of you.
100%. See, like it's personal to me. It's a very personal song to me because of what I was going through at the time. But like, I feel bad because it put a lot of pressure on her. And I didn't want to do that. You know what I mean? I was just fucking pissed off because I was pissed off at myself more than anything. Is because like, I take responsibility for everything. You know what I mean? If anything goes wrong, it doesn't matter what it is, I will take responsibility. So I think I was more pissed off at myself. I just didn't realize it, and I put it out on her, and I didn't want to hurt her, but it was like it is what it is. At the end of the day,
I think it's about how you move forward from something like that.
100%. And I feel like I've learned from it. I have learned from it. I've learned how to like just keep myself at bay. You know what I mean? Like back then, I was just like, just 100 mile an hour. You know what I mean?
Well,
just
I can see. I can
hour.
see an exceptional change in character in you from the last time I saw you. Last time I saw you being properly about 2 years ago. And I put that down to the music. I do. I say say to everybody, you can make fun of it if you want. You can, like we spoke when you first got here about, there's always going to be somebody who'll have an issue with what you're doing.
Don't matter
But
what you're doing.
that's why I wanted to talk to you, because I've said it 3 times already. But you do what you do because you want to do it. You don't do it like. Do you know what I mean? You write
Yeah.
music and you perform music because you enjoy doing it, and that's if you don't enjoy doing music, and there's no point in doing it, in my opinion.
No, not at all. Because like, it's literally the same as anything. You know what I mean? Like, you've got to love it, because when you love it, it's not work.
Yeah.
Shout out to my dad. When it's love, it's not work. You know what I mean? Because you love doing it, so you're just gonna do it. You're just gonna do it. And I love writing. I've always loved writing creatively. Like in school, I hated everything English wise, but creative writing. I hated poetry, which is so ironic. I hated it. Couldn't do it. Couldn't stand it.
It's funny that, yeah. That's quite
It's
strange,
crazy,
that, yeah.
innit? I couldn't stand it. Like reading through poems and I couldn't do it. When I tried writing my own, I just tried writing bars because that's all I could think about. You know what I mean? Was just rap music, because that's just what I've grown up with. Kano, Made in the Manor. Oh
yeah,
my
yeah.
gosh, buddy.
Yeah.
Kano,
Nah,
Made in the Manor.
yeah,
You know
that's
how
an
we
album,
do.
that, to be fair,
Wiley, DJ Who Kid.
there was what was the one that
What's that
what's
mixtape?
the album that Gangsters was on? I think that album might be called Gangsters, Wiley's album, when he's the cover of him in the playground. I'm gonna put it on screen right now. Moving magic, look right there. It's right there. It's on the screen. Yeah. I can't remember what's that album
I can't remember now. No, there's a fucking Wiley mixtape that my dad got me on. Right, Ashley Cole was on it, and that's what got me into UK rap, because I was just I used to love
Ashley
football.
Cole, as in from Top Boy.
No, Ashley, that's
Oh, I've just exposed myself.
Yeah,
there.
you have,
Yeah.
big time, big time, big time. That's Ashley Walters.
Oh, of course it is.
Ashley Cole's left back, football player, Chelsea,
Oh,
Arsenal.
yeah.
Cashly,
yeah.
buddy. 4K as well.
You're upset at that as well, yeah. My cameraman's pissed off at that. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, fucking Ashley Cole was on it, and I was just like, what? I was a football man at the time, so I was like, Ashley Cole was on it, and that's what got me into like that.
Do you know what?
Like, UK rap at the time, and that was a long time ago.
I still go back on it a lot. Like early 2000s grime stuff. It was Bugsy that got me into UK rap.
Bugsy.
In Glasgow, I'm not gonna name them, but there's 2 people in my life that work for the police. And Bugsy Malone was in Glasgow doing a show, and I think he was either charged or they wanted to charge him with inciting a riot because of the amount of people that turned up in Glasgow. Bear in mind, this is 2015. This is Walk With Me, Bugsy Malone days, like first EP. Started the beef with
Criminal Love and that. Criminal
I'm
Love.
a victim of criminal love. Yeah, he just. I think he'd either just dropped that EP. I think he must have, because he must have been touring it. And I remember somebody telling me, obviously, about their experience at their job with Bugsy Malone. And I was so fascinated by, I think I was like 12, 13 at the time. I was so fascinated by like this guy why is half of Glasgow turning out to see this guy? And I listened to, I think it was, do you remember Zombie Killer?
Yes.
The tune that he did with, I think it was either the first or the second sound he did for Chipmunk. I listened to that with the video game sound effects and shit. I was like, what am I listening to right now? It was mad.
No, shout out Bugsy. Bugsy's
Yeah,
one of my
big
top,
time.
big time,
Yeah,
big
big
shout
time.
out
But it's
Bugsy.
like, for Bugsy, Wiley, Kano, people like that, it's all about lyricism, and that's what I think. I think if we go on to the drill versus grime topic, those cameras will be rolling for 5 days. But that's where I lie on UK music, because it's like you, it's authentic.
Yeah.
They don't glorify fighting somebody or killing somebody, but if they have an experience like that that's happened to them, then they'll write about it in their own way.
See, shout out Wretch 32, Wretch 32, bro, one of the best lyricists, if not the best lyricist in the country, and Chip.
That's a hot take.
And Chip.
That's a really hot take.
It's not. No,
Wretch
it's
32.
not. No, it's not. Fire in the Booth, part 4 and part 5, bro. Come on now. He says it all. Then you got Chip. Chip is next level.
Yeah, you've always been a big Chipmunk fan.
I've been a big Chipmunk fan. Always. I love Chip. It's funny
because I listened to Chip. I discovered Chipmunk obviously in the heat of him beefing with Bugsy Malone, and listened to a lot of his tunes. And that's like, grime is a sound that you really can't. It's so hard to replicate, but everybody does it in their own way.
100%.
And it's just so. I keep using the word authentic, but it is. It's just totally raw.
It's grimy. That's what it is. Yeah. It's grimy. Like it's like house and garage and like hip hop. Like I don't know. It's there's nothing like it. There's nothing like grime. There isn't, and I love it. But I love hip hop. Like hip hop is my shit. But I love hip hop R&B shit. Shout out Drake. Everyone knows Drake, but shout out Drake. Like I love Drake. I love Kanye. I know that sounds bad, but I love Kanye. I
Thing is,
love Kanye.
you can respect the art and not the artist. I say that a lot.
Yes.
Definitely. But what I wanted to ask you about was the gig at Brewers. I wanted to talk to you about
Yes.
that. How'd that go?
That was. You know what? Yeah, we got the biggest crowd.
Because just before
since
you
we
go on,
started.
sorry, you spoke to me about that about 6 or 7 months ago and said, "Oh, I want to do this show on the balcony." And I remember reading my messages like, "The hell is this guy talking about?" And you did it. Do you know what I mean? Like you spoke that into existence, and that's
Well, we spoke this into existence.
yeah,
You know what
yeah,
I mean?
true.
We spoke
Very
this
true.
into existence.
Very true.
I mean, I go on my Instagram right now. Like I said to you earlier, I've got a thingy from the start of the year, an Instagram story. I said Glasgow. I said Manchester. No, I didn't say Manchester. Excuse me.
Glasgow, London,
London, Lincoln, Sheffield. I think I put one more. I can't remember, but I've done all of them but Sheffield. I've done all of them but Sheffield. They were
We're on
my
what,
goals.
August, nearly
But-
September.
Yeah, exactly. So I've still got time to do Sheffield. I actually am going Sheffield. No, October. I actually can't wait. Going for a night out, my first night out in Sheffield. But I need to get some people out there so I can spread my.
That is just a
Spread
good
myself a
point
bit
you
more.
make. I want to speak to you before we go into the gig at Brewers. Actually, you spoke to me about earlier about moving to London.
Yes.
And well, obviously, I don't want to go so much into the negative aspects of Gainsborough as a place because for somebody like you and I and whoever else, it's not a place for. I say it's not a place for creative people. It most definitely is. But for what you want to do to grow, and to really find what's out there musically for yourself, I think that's definitely a good place for you to go. But I want to ask you the question of where do you see yourself? As a fucking mad generic podcast question, but where do you see yourself realistically in the next 2 to 3 years? Because I could say 5 or 10, and you say, "Oh, I'm driving about in an Audi." Like, do you know what I mean? But
2,
realistically, where do you? I think a better question is where do you want to be in 2 or 3 years' time?
I want to be the guy that at least my town can come to for music. I want to open a studio for them to go to because a lot of people come to me. I said it to you earlier. Like people come to me expecting for me to like open the doors for them. I'm like, look,
You
I
want to open the doors for yourself first.
exactly like I've done this. I've worked my arse off. I've worked my fucking bollocks off to get just here. You know what I mean? And I did it all off
you know
of
what?
fucking.
I will definitely say to you, sorry to interrupt you, but
No,
that
it's
is that is true.
Yes,
and
it is.
And like I know I said this to you when I got to the train station, whatever. You have, despite what I've said, what anybody else says, you have worked your arse off.
I've worked my fucking bollocks off.
You really have.
And
you
the
certainly have.
amount of time like it's took me to improve it's mind blowing. It blows my mind. And I started
It's
off.
passion though.
It is 100%. And this is what I say to him: it's like if you can't be asked to do it off your phone and earphones, don't bother doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Don't bother doing it. If you can't find 5 minutes in your day to get a beat off YouTube, which takes 30 seconds to download, whether it's like legal or illegal, you know what I mean?
Cut that one out. Just
Whether it's legal or illegal, if you can't find 30 seconds to get a beat off YouTube onto your phone and to put them bars onto that tune, fuck off. It's as simple as that. You know what I mean? That's what I've done. So don't play. I'm not being big headed. Please don't take me as being big headed, but don't come to me like, can we do a tune? Can we do a tune? If you haven't got it set, if you haven't got anything set, like, you know what I mean? Because what am I supposed to do? Get the beat for you? Am I supposed to write it for you? Am I supposed to sing it for you? You know what I mean? Like you come.
Like I said to you earlier when you said that you have to prioritize yourself.
100%.
And what you want to do.
100%.
That way.
And it's like I say to a lot of people, my time with this is precious because I put a lot of time into it.
Money.
So exactly like a
Same
lot
with
of money
everything,
coming
really,
up
you know
here.
what I mean? But like
That's what I mean. And like if you come into me asking me to do a tune, you ain't got no set, then I am not wasting my time waiting for you to get that tune set. Come to me with a tune and then we'll talk. It's as simple as that.
You can do.
You know what I mean?
Like you could, the time that you could be spending collaborating with somebody else, you could be doing your own thing and
100%,
advancing yourself in your own way.
100%. See, I'll never turn down a collab. You know what I mean? But if someone wants to do something original and make the beat, then say that. But like they don't. They're like, oh yeah, we'll get this beat off YouTube. We'll get that beat then. Write your shit.
Yeah.
Then come to me.
Yeah, come to you. Yeah, exactly. So you've got something to work with.
Exactly.
Than,
Don't come to me like, can we write a tune? Right, what bars you got? No,
Yeah.
mate.
Well, I
It's
suppose that's it's funny that you mentioned that really, because that's the difference. Obviously, I've been playing a lot of different kind of music, and the songwriting process there is entirely different. So to hear that from you, and that in a creative sense, definitely is that makes a lot of sense for you to say, well, if you're not coming to me with something at least that I can listen to and look at to
mm,
see whether or not it's right for me. Somebody can come to you and say, let's do a tune, and the tune's not right for you at all. Do you know what
yeah,
I mean? Then you've wasted a day, time, even so much as texting with somebody, but the time's precious for what you're doing, I think.
100%, 100%. Like, uh, I'm not in a rush, but I am.
Mm,
I've taken it steady and I've taken it slow, but and I want to get to where I want to be, but I don't want to fucking overdo it.
mm.
You know what I mean? Um, and people need to understand that I'm still learning myself. I'm still learning a lot. You know what I mean? I'm nothing fucking massive yet. I always say nothing massive yet because, like I say, not being big headed. I
No, I
just
believe in
speak it
that.
into existence. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
But
totally
like,
believe in that. Yeah.
no, I'm not nothing massive yet. But I live like I am. I walk like I am. I try and talk like I am because that's the way I'm gonna manifest that shit into reality. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
totally.
I know I'm not the best. I know I'm not fucking better than Drake. I know I'm not better than Kendrick. But to me, I'm the best rapper in the world, and that's just because of what I believe.
Yeah. To me,
You
I'm
know
the
what I
best drummer
mean?
in the world. There's a million different drummers that are better than me in Glasgow. But
Exactly.
and you in a way you have to be. And I spoke to you when I got here about the kind of, I'll say, underlying ego in your genre music.
Mm.
Again, people who pretend to be what they aren't, what matters to them. There's certain artists or people, whatever, that what matters to them more than the music is what jacket they can buy off the back of a record, and that's
Yeah.
just it's just like, do you know what I mean? It's not worth
Yeah.
it. What I wanted to talk to you about as well, is Retford. I want you to talk to me about that because
Oh,
I've
Redford.
seen you post some stuff. I'd really like you to
Yeah.
talk to me
No,
about
shout out James at the studio because
where do you
wow.
go, what studio is it? We'll get it.
Swan Yard.
Mm.
Swan Yard Music. Shout out to that place because James is a very, very, very good engineer.
Well, for anybody watching who's local to Judd, everything for that will be in the description below. I'll definitely have a look into that. But yeah, talk
100%.
to me. So what? So how did you find? How did you find the place? What was the first track you worked on? What are you
So
doing in the future?
it goes back to when started my plumbing apprenticeship. Started plumbing, but unfortunately, we just that's weren't enough work on,
Mm.
and I didn't really know what I was doing. I weren't really good with tools, so he didn't have the time, didn't have the money, didn't have the work for me to carry on. So
Mm.
it was one of them. But he told me to get in touch with this local rapper called Ben Spur. Shout out Ben. He's been very, very big help over the past couple months. Excuse me. Um, he was the first one, to be fair, to get me in the studio. We did this tune called Love and Positivity, and this is where I met another lad called Ben Jones, and he's basically took me under his wing ever since, and we've just been just what I've got 4 gigs under my belt now. You know what I mean? Yeah, 3 of them are at Jolly Brewers, but I did Labo's
That's
Fest.
mad. Doesn't.
Labo's
Yeah, that
Fest.
was.
You
Yeah,
know
I
what I
saw
mean?
that. That
Labo's
was.
Fest.
Yeah, that was
That
big.
I targeted that at the
Mm.
start of the year. Like that again, that was one of my targets.
For
I've
the
got that
first
written down
for the
somewhere.
first year is a consistent artist as well to do something like that, especially locally. For you to say
Yeah,
that you want to be the guy that everybody knows in your town, that's the place to do it.
one
Is
hundred
something like
percent.
that, definitely.
And I feel like I took that opportunity and I grabbed it with both hands
Mm.
and smashed it. So hopefully, Matt, I'm looking at you. So when the next one comes around, I'm on the main stage. I need that main stage. I need that main stage. But no, I was very, very, very grateful for the opportunity, and I took it with both hands. And we had a good night. We had a good day. I was levered. I was steaming. But I tell you what, it was unreal. It was unreal. I bet I just. That's what I love about music. You bring people together. You know what I mean?
Mm.
You bring people together, and that our country at the minute is just it's a mess. The least I am trying to do right now is put shit on for people to come out and be together, have a little drink, have a little laugh, enjoy some live music. That's what I'm trying to do for now.
It's what it's all
You
about,
know what I
man.
mean? 100%.
And I think I am a firm believer in everything else comes naturally after that. I think
Mm,
if you focus on the here and now and doing what you want to do, it'll come. I'm a firm believer. It definitely will.
100%. You see, like the thing is, I don't really worry about the future or the past anymore because the future doesn't exist and the past is gone. What I mean by that is like the future. We can sit here, we can plan.
Just to interrupt, I'm sorry, I had to make sure that the microphones were still
Nah,
going.
it's all cool. It's all cool. We can sit and plan here for the future tomorrow, but you might be ill. So that's
I was actually. I had a chest infection.
oh,
Yeah.
well, there you go.
Yeah.
So that's all that fucked up. So you ain't doing that plan no more. So the future does not exist because what you thought was gonna happen does not happen. So you have to like reevaluate the situation, and then you know what I mean. So I live for the present and I live for the now. And like I said, at the end of the day, our country's fucking it's a mess right now. All I want to do is just put smile on people's faces for now, and then when we get to wherever in the future, we'll get there.
Mm.
You know what I mean? And as scary as it is, we're all in the same boat together.
I want to ask
You
you
know what I mean?
about recording. Going from using Apple earphones Samsung earphones or whatever they were on a phone to standing in front of a condenser microphone is a big jump.
It was fucking crazy.
I really
It
want
was,
to ask
yeah.
you about what that was like, because I remember the first time that we went to a studio and you feel like a kid in a toy shop.
You do. You actually do. Yeah, it's crazy now you say that because I've got this one scene. Every time I record, every time, it doesn't matter if I was on my earphones or on a mic. You ever seen Straight Outta Compton?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you know when Ice Cube's there recording No Vaseline?
Yeah.
And it's just like the shadow of him in the mic.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I like picture myself.
Mm.
So obviously I've come in and now I'm just picturing myself like that. And I've just done it and I was just like, listen to it back. Like, fuck me.
Mm.
Get me in this studio more. You know what I mean? Because it was so much more clear. It was so much more crisp. It hit harder. It hit better. It was so much more smoother.
You
And
feel better being in a
you
creative
do,
environment like that.
100%. And like I just grabbed onto it straight away, and I just thrived off it. I thrived off like the energy of being in the studio. I thrived off the energy of people around me. Excuse me. Obviously, like gassing me up and that because it was a hard verse. It was a hard verse, man. And I wrote it the night before just because I didn't like the other verse.
Mm.
I looked at the other verse. I'm like, I can do better than that. Flip the page. Boom, 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 boom. You can ask Ben and Ben. I've shown them it like day after. I wrote this last night. You know what I mean? It was an incredible verse
The
to do
people
in
that you're
like.
working with, are they feeling what you're doing as well?
They love it.
Yeah.
They love it. Both Ben's a massive supporter. Like I say Ben Jones. We're trying to get events on. You know what I mean? We are trying to get events on for people to come out because I say there's no like nightlife in our town anymore.
There
You
certainly
know what I
hasn't when
mean?
I lived there. Definitely not.
There's nothing for anyone. You know what I mean? So even if it is just a shitty little thing, we're trying.
Mm.
We are trying to do something that other people can't be asked to fucking do.
Especially
Just be
feels that
real.
way in a place like Gainsborough. I would say so from living there. It feels like it's strange. It's a very creative town actually,
It is.
but
It is.
it's almost as like there's no there is an outlet, but it's not there isn't. It's like Labels Fest. I didn't know what that was until I saw you perform there. That's great. Something like that, like
Yeah.
a local thing that's ran locally.
100%
That was
to
on
put more
Levs, was it
local
not?
no, it was on the Northome.
Mm.
It was on Trinity
Yeah, yeah,
Stadium.
Oh really? Oh
Yeah,
wow,
yeah, yeah.
that's great.
It went from Roses, then it went to Marshalls, then it went to Trinity Stadium, if I'm correct in thinking.
No,
I'm not sure.
Trinity Stadium's quite a good one
It's
to
quite,
have it at. To be
yeah,
fair, yeah,
yeah, it was
yeah,
quite
definitely.
good. And it was fucking red hot.
Mm.
It was
Yeah, it
red
looked
hot.
it. To be fair, I remember seeing the pictures.
But no, that was incredible. She's smooth like butter. Oh my god, what a tune.
Yeah, talk to me about that then. Talk to me about that then. Talk to me about that.
Right, shout out Spenny because he inspired me for this one. Yeah, he told me about this tune. I knew about it before, yeah, but I forgot about it. You know when you forget about a song and then you're hearing like, shit. It was Surrounded by Hoes, 50 Cent, part of the G Unit mixtape with DJ Who Kid back in I think it was late 90s, early 2000s, just before Get Rich or Die Trying dropped. And Surrounded by Hoes. Oh my god. I was blasting that. I was at my dad's, right? And fucking I seen this bird that I went to school with and I was just like, wow. She's smooth like butter because I had coconut butter in my head, or like shea butter. You
Yeah,
know, like
yeah, yeah,
shea
yeah,
butter,
yeah.
baby. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I had that in my head. Like she's smooth like butter. She make every man. That's literally how it came, and I wrote it all in under 12 hours. Recorded it off my phone, and at first I was just like, yeah, it's just another tune. Sent it to my mate Spenny, and he was like, bro, send me this tune. So I sent him that tune, and he was like,
I'm trying to think
wow.
when you sent me it, but you definitely sent that to me
I've sent you it. Yeah,
before it came out,
100%.
and I remember where I was. I think I was still living in Irvine at the time, and I I had the same reaction as your mate. I just kind of listened. I was like, wow, that
Like,
was
wow.
you'd stepped it up again. Do you know what I
100%
mean? It
or
was like
100%.
you were getting there, but that was the challenge. I was like, that could you added that on Radio One Extra and
Oh,
wouldn't know it was you.
100%.
We came into the hotel room that we are filming in, and you played music on your phone, and
You just
I
said,
was
didn't
so
you? Yeah.
passively listening to it. I was like, that's actually you. I
I
clocked
didn't even
it. That it's
realize it. You remember you
that's
saying that?
amazing.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
for somebody like me as well.
That's
Like
a tune that
that
as
is
well.
yeah.
YJ.
You
Yeah, that's new as well. But no, Stutter, yeah. I need to do a video for Stutter. I need to
there
get
might
a
be one.
video.
There
Dude,
might be one tomorrow. Maybe
there
who
might be.
knows?
Who knows? Who knows? Hopefully, fingers crossed. But no, I need to get a video done for Stutter. Because it's a tune, bro.
No, it is. It definitely is.
And it shocked me that I wrote that by myself.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
In less than a day as
In
well.
no, it was less than 12 hours.
Yeah, well,
Under 12
yeah.
hours. That's how quick it took me to write it. But that's like, people ask me, how quick does it take you to write a song? It depends. Like with shit like that, I catch it, lose it, catch it, lose it, catch it, lose it.
Do
And
you
with other songs, it's like,
when you're writing, do you if you're not feeling it, do you still try and write through it, or do you just put it down and pick it back up when you feel like it?
it depends.
Okay.
It depends how far I am along in this tune. It depends, like, if I can still feel like I can bring it back up, then I'll try it.
Mm.
You know what I mean? But if I feel like I need to come back to it later, I'll come back to it later. If I don't, then I won't even touch
So
it.
there's moments where you feel like, oh, I'm writing this, and I'm not. It's not really building as it should
All
be.
the time, all the time.
And when you keep pushing through that, you make yourself kind of get back to where you should be. And kinda like,
Sometimes, yeah.
that's excuse me, that's great to be fair, because that's something I really struggle with. To be honest.
Like I say, it depends on the vibe of the tune.
Mm.
It depends like how far along I am in the tune. Depends what the flow is.
Mm.
It depends on the tune. You know what I mean? And some people like they get halfway through a tune and just like, oh yeah, fuck that, I can't finish it, so they won't touch it again. You know what I mean? But I will always go back to it for the bars. I always go back because let me have a look at some of my bars. Let me look at some of my bars because I'm trying to write a D&B tune right now. Shout out James, he told me to do this.
Good man. No, but yeah, Stutter was the one of the first tunes that I'd heard. Now is like, yeah, this is really,
Yeah.
it's taking a real step. But yeah, so Jolly Brewers then. If you are you gonna read some?
I've
some lyrics
got two here. I've got two. Yin and yang. I pray I stay with the light, but even the light has a little bit of dark too. It's a
Yeah.
heavy. Yeah.
Good man.
Spin on the mic, get wavy. Lay the blueprint. I'm JC.
Yeah.
Speaking of the blueprint.
Yeah,
Speaking of the blueprint.
these are gonna come out. These are gonna come out.
Yeah, I didn't even realize it was gonna come out this quick, but cop the new, the new.
Yeah,
Cop
cop the new Jay-Z album that's been out for a couple of years.
It's been out for about 20 years,
Yeah.
25 years. No, that's an incredible album, man.
To be fair, that's a great. Sorry, carry on.
It inspires me a lot to write.
Mm.
It's the way he uses his words and his rhyming scheme.
It's exactly what I was going to ask you. To be fair, I was going to say I normally kind of round the episodes off from, well, I say the episodes as being episode 2. But who inspires you heavily and why? You mentioned there about Jay-Z. I know you're the same as Drake. But I really want to touch on who you listen to that inspires you to write music. 'Cause I know you'll be able to talk about that for a while.
Well, Jay-Z, 100%. It's his flow, it's his swagger, it's his, you know what I mean? It's so easy for him.
Yeah.
It's so easy. But I've got Jay, I've got Ye. I know that's controversial, but to me, he's the greatest artist living right now, maybe of all time, in my personal opinion. People might not.
I'm gonna stay
I mean?
quiet, but it's just,
Yeah,
no,
people might not
fair
agree.
enough. Fair enough.
But to me, Kanye is the greatest artist alive because he knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing.
Well, he's made some phenomenal music, regardless of how controversial he's been. Obviously, you can respect that. Not the
This
artist,
is what
like I
I'm
said
saying.
earlier.
It's like his music is. Name one rapper that's like Kanye, production wise.
No, you can't.
You can't.
Yeah.
Because he is in a league of his own. He is the definition of a league of my own. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. I like Drake. I love Drake. But there's no Drake without Kanye.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, true.
You know what I mean? Kanye gave birth to all these rappers. Travis Scott, Young Thug, all these. And like, don't get me wrong, like all of them inspire me in their own way. But Jay, Bugsy, 100%. The way he tells his
Have you
stories.
listened to his older stuff?
Yeah,
Like, yeah,
Criminal Love. You
yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah.
What's that? The one with his little baby.
Journal of an Evil Genius.
That's the what. That's an incredible mixtape.
That
That's an incredible. That's what put me on Bugsy big time.
yeah, yeah, me too. Actually, I remember it was the lyricism and that, and this fucking like he re-released them at the end of last year. But before then, nobody had listened to them, bro. He released them on Spotify last year, at the end of last year. But before then, they still had like 20, 30, 50K views on them, and it's like ridiculously good music. Like,
yeah, it is. It's real music. That's
Yeah.
what it is. It's real music, and that's the thing. People won't understand it, and so if they don't understand it, they won't appreciate it. You know what I mean? And that's the good thing, but the sad thing about shit like music and art in general. Like, if you don't understand it, you're not gonna get it. But the people that do understand it, they're gonna appreciate it 50 times more than the people that don't understand
yeah,
it.
definitely.
You know
And
what I mean?
that's more important, I think, to direct yourself to the people who want to listen to you rather than going for the whole scope. There's always going to be people that don't like your music, and people that don't like my
100%.
music. But if you shoot for the people who want to be there to listen to you, even if it's free, your mates at a gig. If you have a good time and you make them have a good time,
100%.
that's all that matters.
100%. Like I say, people ask me if I'm getting paid. I'm like, no, I don't do it for the money. I do it for the love of it.
Yeah.
I've come up here for the sheer love of.
I'll
doing
be
what
honest,
I
you
do.
probably won't be
You know what I
paid
mean?
for a while to make a career out of it. Do you know what I mean? That's just how it
It
goes.
is what it is.
But if
It is
you
what it is.
if you keep working the way that you do, I genuinely think that something will happen there. 100%.
I give myself under 10 years, I'll be able to mobile.
Mm.
Under 10 years. By the time I'm 30, I'll have a mobile.
Well, come back here and you'll find out. So.
No, I will have a mobile. I will. Because I know I will. I just feel it in my bones. I just know I will.
If you've got that drive in you to work that hard, day or night, rain or shine, no, but you can't do any more than that.
No,
you really
can't. The only thing I need to touch upon is my social media game. I won't lie. But that will
That's
come.
what we're doing, though. To be fair, that's
Yeah,
why I
this is
suppose
what we're
that's
doing.
like
100%.
that's a lot of the reason I said to you to come is because you have to market yourself. Really, it's a shame. Like you said to me, it's not something that you want to do,
No,
but it's something you have to do.
it is in today's game, unfortunately. It is because everyone's attention span's just pew, 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 pew.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No one actually sits and listens to anything anymore. They just hear one thing from that, and then they make their own story. And it's just like you've not even looked into it yourself. You know what I mean? Like, I can't remember where I was going with that. But I know what I'm trying to say.
You're all good. No, to wrap things up, because I think we've been rolling for about an hour.
Really? Already?
I want to say that you have been working incredibly hard, and for anybody who says anybody who likes you, dislikes you, or anywhere in between that spectrum, they cannot question your work ethic for this at all.
No.
Because I've not lived down south for like nearly 2 years, but I've seen everything that you've done, and you've not stopped since. You keep going, and it was 1 tune yesterday and it's 2 tomorrow. It's all you keep pushing yourself, and that's amazing, to be fair.
It is. And like I say, this is at my comfort zone now. Like, coming to Glasgow, I've never been out the country. You know what I mean? I'll come to Glasgow on my ones to do a podcast in a fucking hotel room.
Yes, and I'm sat on a stool.
You know what I mean, bro? This is what I do it for. This is what I do it for times like this, for experiences like this. Because everyone's sat at town now, probably bitching about each other. I'm not slagging anyone off. I'm just saying, in general.
No, but there's better things to do with your time.
Exactly. And this is what I'm trying to show people. There is better things to do than to go to the pub and fucking sit and talk about work. Go out, explore the fucking world, get a hobby, stop wasting your money. Yeah, I fucking spunk through my money, but guess what? I've come on fucking holiday. I've done a fucking podcast. I'm promoting myself. I'm bettering myself. You know what I mean? I'm upping myself, like my game. I've got new clothes. I've got new shoes. Yeah, cool. I look nice, but I'm building my confidence for camera shit. You know what I mean?
Well, I think like you say, it comes hand in hand in the social media thing. You have to do it. I think you
gotta do it.
There's an element of you that in the field of work that we're in, you got to be in front of a camera at some point. You just have
100%.
to. And that's what you said when you got here about it's always embarrassing to somebody. it's like I said, it's as embarrassing as you make it. It's people that think this is embarrassing, but I
100%.
I don't care because it matters more to me to sit here and be able to talk to you, and to say thank you so much for coming to Glasgow. We'll get you some fucking photos done, definitely.
Yeah, man.
Maybe a music video,
Maybe.
maybe.
I just want to shout out Joe because fuck me, big up. I call him Dat. There's a reason why I call him fucking Dat. But I love him to bits, yeah. And he's a fucking idiot. But Joe, sort yourself out, mate.
What I
all
want to
I've
say
gotta
on a real is if there's anything you want to promote before we wrap it up, anything at all that you want to say.
I I've been thinking about dropping a mixtape or an EP. I don't know yet, but once we get this video wrapped up, we'll start thinking about that. I've got a lot of songs that I need to release. My catalog is built to fuck. I've got about I must have 300 recorded.
Get him chatting, boy. Well, you never know. There could be an EP, could be a mixtape, could be something. You never know.
Well, get a studio here tomorrow, make a video here tomorrow.
True.
Maybe we'll see. But
Judd,
my brother,
thanks, man. Seriously, we've been
so
talking
much.
about this for about a year, and
I know.
I'm really fucking glad.
We need to
that
do
you're
another
here.
one.
Yeah,
I'm
we do. We're gonna
excited.
come back in 6 months when he's a millionaire. He's gonna pay for all the new cameras. Get camera one.
Not
is,
quite.
pay for that one. Yeah, man. Seriously, thank
Nah,
you.
brother, I appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
Love, man. Yeah, buddy. That was good, that. That was fun.